Over the past 3 months here on Central Valley Today, we have highlighted businesses around Fresno that have made a big impact in the community. Businesses like Aqua Sports and Sal's Restaurant have roots that date back generations right here in the Central Valley. And that's why they help with the mission of the Greater Fresno Chamber of Commerce. They are this week's Chamber Focus. And joining us now is Al Smith. He's the president and CEO of the Fresno Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Al.
Thank you very much for having me.
Of course. And
we just found some connection.
We do. We both have New Orleans roots.
Yes.
So we're basically family.
We're all from family.
That's true. So tell me, Al, you know, this has been a great series for us because we get to meet all these business owners and these wonderful businesses here in town. But for those that don't know, tell people what the Chamber is all about.
Well, you know, that's probably the best brand in the world. No matter where you go in the world, if you go into a city and you think, I want to know something about it, you probably will call a Chamber of Commerce.
Right.
And so our job is basically kind of three pillars. We obviously want to bring businesses together so they can network with each other, do business with each other. The other thing is that we like to, we're sort of the cheerleader for the community. Yes. So, you know, we want to salute successes here. And then we are probably bigger in advocacy than we've ever been. We, recognizing that there's a lot of government regulation and it's really impairs a lot of small businesses particularly, we sort of band together to try to take our story to Sacramento and City Hall and the Board of Supervisors in Washington, D.C. and just sort of let them know that whatever their laws are doing, that how it impacts businesses and how it impacts the job creators of our community. So those are the three main things that we work on as a group. And we're about 1,250 members. The larger the membership, the bigger the voice, of course. And we have one of the biggest in the state? Yeah, we're about the third largest in the state. So that's incredible. This chamber started in 1895. So it's been around a long time. It was actually called the Board of Trade back in its original days. It was for the first 10 years, and then it was changed to a Chamber of Commerce. And so, Al, it's so intimidating, and I know business owners know that too, come to a new town, or maybe it's your hometown, and then start a business. How does the process work when people contact you? Do you help them kind of get started and give them the pros and cons and we have a relocation map that we have on the website, so people who are coming here, you know, one of the things I learned as I told you, I wasn't originally a chamber guy. I was a broadcaster. But one of the things I learned about being in the chamber business, which I never knew, is that you're just like a traffic cop in the middle of an intersection. And invariably, people are always calling you about, what do you know about this? Who do you know about that? Who can you connect me to? So we just sort of pass people along many times and answer their questions. And so when an organization comes from out of town, they need some friendly ear or voice to say, hey, what do I do and where do I need to go? And the Chamber fills that role in a big way. Yes. So. And I like what you said about bringing businesses together, because I feel like it truly takes a village to be successful, and to know that businesses like we're seeing here on our screen are not alone. They have the Chamber's back. Yeah. And it's interesting because a couple of years ago we did a salute to the centennials, and we celebrated those companies who have been in business here in Fresno for over 100 years. There's a great history in this community, and you just really don't realize it until you just keep peeling it back and peeling it back. And there's story after story of great successes of people being entrepreneurs, starting businesses, and making this a dynamic community that we've got today. It really is. And Al, what would you say your number one advice is to all those business folks out there, with all your experience? Well, we always say, you know, we can connect you to people and stuff, but I always say there's a boogeyman under your bed, and that's government, and they are not your friend as a rule. And so, and as a single business, you probably can't fight them. But when you have 1,200, 1,300 people banding together, when you go to City Hall or you go up to the Sacramento, to the state capitol, they walk in and they say, the Fresno Chamber's here, and they listen. And we may not win every battle, but at least we're fighting the fight. Oh, that is awesome. Power in numbers. Yep. And so, Al, if people are out there and they're really being touched by this topic, how can they contact you, and what's the process like to sign up? There's the number on the chamber. I mean, on your on the screen. Yeah, on the screen. So it's easy. So 495-4800. Most of the time I'm in the office. Call me up. I'll take the call myself. If not, there's a great staff down there that do wonderful things on behalf of the Chamber.
That's awesome. And you guys are always looking for new members.
You bet.
Oh, perfect.
1250 can go to 1300 real quick.
My goodness. And so what has been the best part for you in this position?
I think realizing, because as a broadcaster, I thought I really knew the community pretty well. But I really realized that the Chamber has got its tentacles into this community at a level that you wouldn't even imagine. And they really touch a lot of people on all kinds of levels. It is really a focal point for the community in many, many ways. And I, as the CEO of the company, have just had a wonderful time for the last 10 years just running the thing. And you just feel like you're in the middle of all the activity going on in the community. Some of it good, some of it bad. But, you know, you celebrate every win you get. So.
Well, Al, we appreciate your leadership and for coming on the show, and we thank you so much.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Now we go to New Orleans.
All right.
And still to come, we're celebrating the abilities of those with disabilities. Details on the campaign for this year's National UCP Day.